Hello everyone, this is Andy Mello from Mello Fab. Gonna do some tech video here. Had a customer bring me some Vikings, want me to go through his Vikings, install my brakes, do a few things on them. And I'm gonna do a couple videos here on what I'm working on this particular machine. The first little tidbit of this video is gonna be inspecting your ball joints and wheel bearings and tie rod ends and the areas to look for play. If you're having issues with tire wear or the bike's wandering around or you're getting clunking noises. So we're going to go check a couple corners on this machine, and I'll show you a few things I found and how to check them. And we're going to inspect for play at the upper ball joint, lower ball joint area, and then where the axle goes into the wheel bearing in the hub here. You could have play multiple areas or just one. Sometimes it's very convenient to have an extra eye to rock a tire while you look for the play. But what you will do is you'll have the tire up off the ground on jack stands where it's safe. You'll grab the tire and you'll put good force, 12 and 6 o'clock position on the tire. You see on this particular machine, all those joints are good. So we're good in that area. But this Viking has a tie rod issue, so we're going to inspect the tie rod. And you can see here, at this point, you will grab the tire at the 3 and the 9 position. You see the play. There should be no play there. When you do this rocking, it should push the rack, and the rack is not going, the joint is. So we either have a wore out joint, loose nut, damaged threads, which has allowed it to come loose. We're going to tear in and figure that out. But that's the areas where you will look for play. Now we're on the rear. I'll show you some joints to check here. Right here, there's a bushing inside here that can have play. A bushing down here at the bottom, and obviously we're checking a wheel bearing here. As you can see, we definitely have some play in this wheel bearing. You see the movement in the axle where it's going in the knuckle. The top of the knuckle bushings, everything's tight here. We'll address this as well. We're just going over some points on these machines where you can have suspension play that can cause you some issues. Also, another point or two to check all the way around is your upper control arm and your lower control arm fastening points. As I have worked my way around this particular Viking, I have found several that were very loose. This one was actually the worst of all. It was so loose that the control arm was moving around in the frame horns there. Had some loose ones in the back. So that is a commonly overlooked portion that can cause play in your suspension that will cause drivability issues going down the road. So that's one more little common thing to look at, because the fasteners, rough riding, rocky trails can tend to work loose very easily. Tried to make this video as short and sweet as I could have. Obviously this is not specific to Yamaha Viking or Yamaha in general. That's just what I was working on, was showing some common points on this particular machine, but it pertains to all makes and models, Polaris, Can-Am, whatever you ride. If you're out in the garage and you decide you want to do some of your own work, have some fun working on your own rig, these are some common things to check. Check your wheel bearings, tie rod ends, ball joints before a ride, after a ride. These are some ways to check it, how to look at it, and to know where you could and couldn't have play. Hope this helps someone out. Thank you.